Welcome to today's Explainer. We are jumping right into things today because we're focusing squarely on A Course in Miracles, specifically Lesson 94. And the core lesson we're unpacking? Well, it's as profound as it is simple. It's just this: I am as God created me. This isn't just some fleeting, nice-sounding thought. It's an absolute foundational shift in how we perceive ourselves and the entire world around us. The text tells us that this single, powerful idea is actually the core truth for today's lesson. It's explicitly designed to bring about complete salvation and literally make all forms of temptation entirely powerless. By grounding yourself in this unchangeable reality, the text claims you completely silence the ego. It just comes entirely undone. It's really about remembering a fundamental truth that exists way before all of our daily anxieties even start. So I want you to really think about that for a second. Is there actually a single thought out there that can completely silence your ego and totally restore your sanity? Well, the text suggests exactly that. It claims that by truly, deeply accepting this one idea, all the sounds of the world become still, the sights of the world disappear, and all those stressful, chaotic thoughts that this world ever held, they're wiped away forever. I mean, that is a massive promise of absolute inner peace, right? So, how do we actually silence the ego and move from this high-level theory to real inner peace? Let's take a look. The source text draws a really sharp, honestly uncompromising contrast between our worldly illusions and the reality of divine creation. On one hand, we've got the world and the ego. That represents all the noise, the sights, the stressful thoughts, and all those self-made idols or images we obsess over all day long. But on the other hand, we have true reality. By accepting your true creation, salvation is basically accomplished right there, and sanity is restored. The text emphasizes that true light is strength, and strength is sinlessness. It's basically telling us that darkness simply cannot obscure the glory of who you truly are when you stand in this light. And discovering that true strength means we really have to reach our true self. Moving from that abstract theory, what's genuinely fascinating here is how the text completely redefines our identity. It describes this whole process as reaching the Son of God in you. Now, for our purposes, think of this as your absolute true self. We're talking about the self that never sinned, never made up fake images to replace reality, and never left its home in God to just wander the world in uncertainty. This part of you knows absolutely zero fear. It couldn't even conceive of loss or suffering or death. It is pure, it's untouched, and it's completely eternal. Okay, so this sounds amazing, but how do we actually put this core truth into action throughout the day? It's not just about reading a nice philosophy and moving on. It requires a structured daily commitment. And the primary requirement here revolves around the number 5. The lesson asks you to dedicate the first 5 minutes of every single waking hour to attempting to feel this truth inside yourself. You want to begin these 5 minutes of searching by stating, I am as God created me, I am his son eternally. Right after you say those words, you jump into this really precise meditative procedure. Step 1, lay all your idols and self-images aside. Basically, just let go of who you think you are. Step 2, go way past your long list of attributes. I mean, both the ones you consider good and the ones you consider bad. Just strip all those labels away. And step 3, simply wait in silent expectancy for the truth. You really don't need to force anything here. The text reassures us that you literally cannot fail in this practice because God has promised the truth will be revealed to anyone who asks for it. You're asking, so it's going to happen. Now, I know exactly what you might be thinking. 5 minutes at the top of every single hour? We all have crazy busy schedules, jobs, kids, the whole shebang. Well, fortunately, the text addresses this practical reality head-on. It says that if a full 5-minute meditation just isn't possible in a given hour, you must do at least one hourly reminder. So during those quick hourly check-ins, you're going to anchor yourself by frequently repeating this exact phrase. I am as God created me. I am his son eternally. Just take a super brief moment, no matter where you are or what you're doing, to tell yourself this truth and totally recenter your mind. But obviously, we have to apply this lesson in the real world, which brings us to overcoming those daily irritations. Because let's be real for a second, what happens when we leave our quiet little meditations? What if someone really irritates you today? How does this lofty spiritual peace actually survive a super frustrating coworker, a rude driver cutting you off, or just an irritating stranger? Well, the text actually gives us a highly specific, practical tool for this exact human experience. The crucial point here is to immediately respond to that irritating person with these exact words. You are as God created you. You are his son eternally. Now, you definitely don't have to say it out loud to their face, but you absolutely must say it in your mind. This is a total game changer. It brilliantly neutralizes the conflict because you are actively refusing to engage with their ego, and instead you're recognizing their true, sinless identity. So let's wrap this up with your daily summary and commit to taking that giant stride forward. Let's get you fully prepared to take all these instructions into the rest of your day. To reiterate, the ultimate foundation of today's lesson, we need to look one final time at this core statement: I am as God created me. Literally, everything we've discussed today, every single meditation, every interaction, flows outward from deeply, truly internalizing this one unchangeable truth. So, here's your quick summary of the practice parameters for the day. First, really try your best to practice for 5 minutes at the start of every waking hour. Second, if you absolutely cannot swing the 5 minutes, use at least one hourly reminder where you repeat the phrase. Third, whenever someone irritates you, respond in your mind with the mantra recognizing their true creation. The text promises us that each and every effort you make today is a giant stride toward your release and a major milestone in learning this thought system. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you found this breakdown helpful. It really, really helps us out. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to carry with you as you go about your day. Will you accept the truth of your creation today?